Hello, in this episode I'm going to talk about worms, vermiculture. Yeah, beneficial for your garden. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Sorry about the background noise. I have a fan going. I'll go ahead and turn it off just to eliminate the noise. I featured this in a previous show. It's a Vevor wall-mounted fan, oscillating fan for my greenhouse. There, we'll just stick it right there for right now. And it's got a little remote control, makes it handy. I'll go ahead and leave a commercial right here for you to check this out. Yeah, I'm going to do a product review on a Vevor wall-mounted fan. I need some circulation in the greenhouse. I have my greenhouse. I'm getting ready to do some planting in here for summer growth, but I need some air circulation, especially in the greenhouse, just so the plants have a chance to thrive. So what I've got is a wall mount fan. Right out of the box, you got your fan unit right here. You've got the mount, which it mounts to the wall. You've got operating instructions. You've got a mounting diagram if you're going to be mounting it to brick or using these mounting screws and mollies to go in the walls. And then you've got a C style receptacle that plugs into your AC outlet, and it comes with a remote control device. Mounting it is going to be relatively simple. I just choose appropriate location that I can mount it on my wall right here. And I'm going to go ahead and mount it right here. Okay, it only mounts with 3 screws, so I'm gonna move the fan in its position, and it is an oscillating fan. It's got controls right here. You've got a control for timer, off and on, and speed on how fast you want your fan to go. And like I said, it has a C connector right back in here with this. You plug that in. And it mounts. It just clips right onto this piece right here. Okay, to activate it, use your remote control, or you can press this button, your choice. Push and activate it, turns the fan on. And you keep pushing, and it adjusts the speed. You can see the speed light go up there. Let's turn it on high. And then to set it to oscillation, push this middle button right here. And it starts oscillating. And then you've got timers. And again, you achieve that by pushing your little clock symbol here. And it's half hour, hour and a half, 4 hours, or 8 hours, or you can just have it off and just let it go full time. I have it for 8 hours, so come on for 8 hours, go off, and then, yes, So if you guys want this Vevor wall mount fan, it has a lot of applications. You can put it in your house, your bedroom, your RV. You can install it in your greenhouse like I did, and then get some air circulation going, or just to stay cool through this hot summer months coming ahead. Well, I'm Jerry Hansen, your host, with a product review on a Vevor wall mounted fan that is remote control. Now this thing's cool. So pick you up at a remote control wall mount fan. So wasn't that cool? Pun intended. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about worms or vermiculture. I resourced this old bathtub that was left behind. Well, actually, it's part of the old mobile home that used to be here at Pine Meadows Hobby Farm when I purchased the farm from a county auction. So we cleaned everything up and rebuilt everything and made a nice little homestead. Yeah, but the bathtub I resourced, I thought this would make a wonderful worm bin. Wonderful. So what I did is I set this tub on a stand that I built and put some other material that I resourced. This is old galvanized roofing material. It makes it look aesthetically pleasing in the greenhouse, doesn't it? Yep. And I resourced this screen from Acorn Acres, where we used to live. That's where I raised my kids, a mile down the road. And I put it on here. It fits perfectly on top of the bathtub. So it makes a perfect workbench for working on potted plants and other stuff, because when I take the soil out, I can just push it right through the screen and goes right down in there. And then I put worms in here. Here's the worms. Man, these guys, they're gonna do the job. They not only break food products down into micronutrients so plant roots can take them up easily. They, in a form of what they call worm casting, they also aerate the soil. And with the castings, you can steep in water with a bubbler and make worm tea, which is gold, absolute gold for your plants to be able to take up those micronutrients and just thrive. So I wanted to show you guys something I added today. Instead of using newspaper or cardboard, because you want to keep the soil covered to prevent rapid evaporation and drying out, and you also want to keep light from getting into the soil. That causes any seed that is in there to germinate and grow. So what I did is I resourced these old rubber mats, and I cut them to fit. And look at that soil right there. Yep. And then this side is the side this side's pretty much finished. This side I'm still growing. But those worms are doing their job. Now I'm not done yet, because I want to add, I cleaned out the bunny bungalow a little bit earlier, and with rabbit turds, they're ready to go right into the garden because they're a cold, what they call a cold compost. So I use this, and we're just going to spread that on there, and the worms will do what the worms do. And I'm going to get my little claw tool here and work that kind of into the soil so the worms will do their job. Now, they break all this down into micronutrients, and even the water will dissolve it. And the other critters that live in the soil, they'll eat on it, and it adds a lot of nutrients to your soil as well. I've been getting into the habit of putting my tools away when I'm finished with them. That way I can find them all in one location, because I have a place for everything, and I hate spending half the day looking for a tool that I misplaced. I hate it. So before I cover this up, I'm going to go ahead and add some moisture into that, because you don't want your soil wet, but you don't want it dry either. And I'm going to add one more feature to this worm bin that a lot of people really don't think about, especially when you're just putting compost and waste into a worm bin. If the worms don't have certain things in their digestional system, it makes it a little bit harder for them. They can do it, but it makes it a little bit harder for them. So what I have is I just sprinkle a little bit of sand in there. I've got a bag of sand right here that I use. Let's see. That is open to pour. I'm going to pour this in here. Don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. I use the sand for other things too. For food preservation. There's a video I did on a method of food preservation that my ancestors used to preserve root crops and also citrus. So I'll leave a link to that video here at the end. That's part of my homestead gardening. So the purpose of the sand is to get in, it's just like chickens. Chickens use small stones to grind down food solids. And since sand is a form of rock but much smaller, a worm can take that in and put it in their crop or their inside so they can grind the bigger stuff down and then easily make those worm castings. So that is the vermiculture, the worm bin. Here's my screen. And I just keep adding to it. But I can harvest worms for fishing. And then once this is processed, I'll use it in the garden to amend my garden with this great nutrients. Waste not, want not. So, yeah, you saw me dump a shop vac of rabbit turds into here because that's how I clean the bunny bungalow. I use a shop vac I resource free from an estate cleanup, and it makes it easier to clean up the rabbits. And that white corrugated roofing material, it's vinyl. It's non-corrosive because rabbit urine is very corrosive, so it helps not corrode and makes the cleanup easier. And then I take that out twice a year and I pressure wash it. So I'll leave a video on cleaning the rabbit hatch or the rabbit cages with shop vac and pressure washer and a flame torch, because I can take the cages out and I can also burn off the hairs and the pathogens. I turn my fan back on because that's it for this episode. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Please stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing, clicking that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. I got more rabbit turds to suck out. I'll see you guys in another adventure. Bye-bye now.